Welcome back here. A special interview with Mr. Jose Fernandez, U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Economic and Business Affairs. Now enough maybe for the policy. I would like to ask you about the business inspiration, your personal inspiration. So I read a bit about your experience first before become the U.S. Assistant Secretary. So could you please share about it?
Well, I have never been in government before President Obama took office. I was one of those in the United States who was inspired by his message of change. Before that, I was a corporate lawyer in New York, and I was also involved in things that were of personal interest to me, working on educational issues and working in the arts.
So I read this in your biography. You were the commissioner of New York's Latin Media and Entertainment Commission. So you put attention on theater. So how is it? How is the story?
Well, the story is actually it's very simple. You know, we all have ideas. We also have ideas in the shower. And one day I was taking a shower in the morning. I was probably spending too much time in the shower. And I decided that it would be fun to set up a theater festival in New York. And we got a number of friends together. We got a number of backers. We raised about $1 million. Wow. And we ended up putting together a 2-week theater festival with the theater companies from 5 countries. That was a huge success, and it still continues to this day, even though I can no longer be involved because I'm in government. But it's a wonderful, there's nothing more rewarding that in my life, in my experience, than setting up a theater festival and going to the theater to see the performance and seeing a sign that says sold out.
Sold out.
No more. So that was wonderful. It's a great opportunity.
It was fun. It was fun. So how is it? Do you see that in Indonesia, the business, what's like the showbiz in Indonesia? Do you see that entertainment also could be one of the set in Indonesia, or how is it?
Well, I have. I've actually gone through a couple of your stores to look at your CDs. You got some good music here. Yeah, you even have some good Indonesian jazz. Yeah. So there's there's great talent here.
So back again, maybe a bit serious question. So you were named one of the world's leading lawyers. How is it? Is it a serious one?
You know, my mother wrote that. Don't believe everything you read. No, you know, they have rankings, and I guess I had a good year that year. But it's not don't be too impressed by that.
Okay, maybe this is maybe the second last question. So could you please give your hope and prediction toward our relationship between U.S. and Indonesia in the future?
I think we have the potential to turn a good relationship into a great relationship. If you look at the similarities of the United States and Indonesia, they may seem at first very different countries. But the United States, like Indonesia, is a multi-ethnic country. I am a Hispanic American. 16% of the U.S. is Hispanic. 10%, 12% is African American. You've got, you know, in New York, my hometown, in schools, there are 100 languages spoken.
Wow.
Does that remind you of Indonesia? Yeah. And so that multi-ethnic, that young, that striving population, I think presents the basis for really making that relationship, both on economic, but also political, and also on a personal basis, a great one.
Now the last question. So what's the next plan to Indonesia?
My next plan?
Yeah. No, our relationship between U.S. and Indonesia. What's next?
Well, I can only speak for the economics. We have a comprehensive dialogue signed by our 2 presidents in 2010, and that's what they ask us to do there, is to really improve our economic ties. So we need to find ways to increase exports from both sides. Just as a fact, last year Indonesia exported $17 billion to the United States, and received about $7 billion, $6 billion from the United States. So there was a trade surplus to Indonesia. We need to increase our trade. We need to increase our investment. We need to find ways to bring down some of the barriers to trade that exist. And if we can do that, then I think we will have fulfilled the visions of both of our presidents.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. This is fun interview. Thank you so much. There was Mr. Jose Fernandez, the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State for Economic and Business Affairs. Thank you so much.